we can do a stand-in wheelie here. Whee! Welcome back to the channel. This is a continuation of Whatever Wednesday. We're going to wrap up this body. We did get some parts in the mail for the boat. Unfortunately, I didn't record installing them, but I'll go over what we did, and possibly we'll throw it in the lake because it's crunch time. We got to have that thing ready to travel next weekend. We're shooting to have it in the ocean this time next week, so next video. So let's we'll go ahead and shoot the black on here. We're just going to do like I've done in the past. Overspray films on the body, just trimmed around the film to do the weather stripping, or the whatever you want to call it, around the windows, the belt molding, and where the mirror would be. So we're going to shoot that black on the outside, and then we'll peel it off, and then we'll start installing some stickers. I'm using the Spaz lacquer on this because the fact that it's not water-based. It's a little bit more durable on the outside, I believe, especially being a trail truck. It's going to get scratched off. I don't expect it to be on there forever. But at least by handling and stuff, the water paint, once it's dry, it's dry. I'm explaining this way too dang much, so I'm going to cut all this out. Anyway, let's spray some black. Alright, it's as simple as that. It's a little sketchy because the film is blowing up a little bit right here. It's easy enough to clean off if there's overspray. With it being clear film, I don't know how clean these lines are. Once we peel the film off, we'll be able to tell, and if it's any minor touch-ups or something, you can do with a fine point Sharpie. So let's get this film peeled off and see what we got. This is always the most satisfying part of painting the body, because you wouldn't think it would change that much just by peeling the film off, but everything seems to come to life once it's shiny. Careful around the windows, because we did just spray that. Alright, it's pretty clean. Got a little boo-boo right there. We can scratch that off with our stick. Still have the window film on the inside. Not for any particular reason, I just hadn't peeled it out yet. Yeah, we're definitely have to clean that up a little bit. There you go. Not too bad. Pretty clean. A little rough around that edge, and we got a little green showing on the inside of this one. We'll just take a Sharpie and clean that up on the, just to hide our little, you gotta hide your sins. Alright, this side turned out a lot cleaner. There you go. We're going to peel this out. We're going to start putting some decals on it, and we'll reinstall it on the truck and see what we got. Alright guys, we got it cleaned up pretty good. We just used our little handy dandy cuticle stick and a little Sharpie action. Got her tightened up pretty good. This is not a perfect body. This is basically a promotional piece so we can get a little attention while we're out on the trails. That's why we did the one color wonder. It's pretty basic, but it's bold. So we're just going to use the basic decal kit that comes with the body. It's a nice decal set. You know, they're really like photo realistic. So we're going to use these on this. It's not a super serious build. Thinking about, get my microphone out of my mouth. I'm thinking about building something for the USTE next year, and now's about the time to start, because that show, event slash whatever you would call it, kicks off in February, and you think 6 months is enough time to build something for that show, but those trucks are amazing. So I don't expect to build something to compete with them guys, but I'd like to build something to at least know we were there. And I'm thinking about doing like a street class, because they have classes for everything. They do street, trail, old truck, new truck. And I was thinking about building another mini truck, because I do have one of those street jam bodies that are not easy to come by. I've had on the shelf for several years, just waiting for the right project. It's the same body. It's the header picture on my channel there, if you see that when you click on the Guru's World. It's a super detailed Toyota body. It's probably one of the best quality mini truck bodies that was ever made that I could. Somebody else makes one now, but it's like the white one I painted. It's a little on the rough side. It's almost like they copied or backfilled or something the body, the street jam body. Hope you guys enjoy the new approach here. I'm just doing a hangout. I'm not going to do a lot of instructions. There's millions of instruction videos on YouTube. So we're going to keep this one kind of light, simple. So you're hanging out in my garage while I put stickers on my body. On my truck body, that is. Probably should have put the headlights on first. Determine where the grill lands, but yeah, that works. Make sure you get all that film off. Look at there. We missed a piece. Don't want to make that mistake, putting decals over your film. You just wasted a whole decal. These are pretty forgiving. You can pretty flexible. You can reposition them, because it looks like I'm gonna have to move the grill. I'm gonna have to take it off. Just put the headlights on first. It's off just by a few millimeters. Gap, no gap. So we're gonna have to move the grill a little bit. These are made out of some quality vinyl. They're very flexible. You can reposition them a few times. Now we're going to have no gap on both sides. Or maybe a tiny gap. It is on the money. There we go. That's better. That helps with my OCD. Now it looks like a truck all of a sudden. All right, I'm not going to bore you with the tail lights and the other stuff. We'll come back once we get a few more stickers on it and see how it goes. I'm going to pop back on here. The license plate lights and the chrome trim that goes on the tailgate and your license plate. All this is lined up, and if you don't want to use the plate, you can trim around it, but I suggest you take this and cut it as one rectangle, because if you cut this thing tight and then try to install it, you're going to be fighting this little skinny decal, and you're going to be getting it wadded up, and you don't get many chances on that one anyways, because I don't think you'd reposition that, because it'd probably get stretched. So you'll have a better chance of putting it all on at one time and then trim around it. That's probably what we're going to do. We're going to leave the tag. We're going to trim all the clear excess off, but we're going to put it on as one big sticker. That'll make it a little easier, like so. That's a little easier to manage than a little skinny 1/8 inch wide sticker. Also helps get it lined up too with the plate there. Well, we sagged a little bit, so, well, good thing we left this all one piece because we'll have to take it back off. Raise it up just a touch. All right. We're going to pause a minute. We got a guest. See y'all in a minute. All right, guys. We're wrapping this one up. We got the grill, headlights, door handles. When you're doing door handles, make sure you put your keys in the front doors. Tail lights, license plate box, and we are representing our local hobby shop where we picked our body up, Anderson RC. So there we go. No need to put it on the truck yet because I don't have my new wheels. I need to change the wheels out because I want to color match them, color match the bead locks. And the orange wheels will be cool, but they're the same old wheels. So no need to put it on the truck because there's nothing to see there. So stay tuned for that. Didn't get on the front wheel drive body today. I was really hoping to get it done for this video, but been doing a lot of running around and hadn't had a chance to get on it. But shooting for that by Wednesday. Got a lot going on before we leave town again. A little sweaty. It's still pretty hot out there. We just got back from testing the boat, so you're going to see that here in just a second. Our parts come in a little earlier than expected. I wasn't expecting them until midweek, and they actually came on Friday. So the boat, first run, success. A few more minor tweaks to do, but it's a completely different animal now. It's not super fast, but it's completely different than it was. It's not so toy speed anymore. So hang on a second, we'll show you that. And well, let me go over the boat first. We'll walk through the boat before we show you the running video. So hang on just a second. All right, here's the boat and what we did. Seen the earlier video that we did go ahead and swap the motor out. The speed control is under the deck. Since then, we did run our other cooling line. It comes from the tail, through, into the motor, out of the motor, through the speed control, and outside of the boat. This is kind of a eBay, Amazon special now because a lot of the local hobby shops don't carry a lot of boat stuff anymore. And that's always plan B if you can't go to the local store. What we did do, this boat had a solid shaft drive and the prop was a little more aggressive angle. And I'm assuming because it was such a low power boat, it just putted around in your pool. The modifications we made that another channel had done is you cut all that off. The prop's running a little bit more parallel with the ride surface. That makes it a little more stable and a little bit faster. And this makes it more controllable because within the stock position with a brushless power, I never tried it, but the way he was explaining that with the stock prop and the solid drive shaft, the boat would just torque itself over and it'd actually turn over in the water. We are running the stock rudder still. I don't think we're going to do any more modifications to this boat. It's plenty fast for what it is now and it's fun enough. We did just run it, and this is kind of a prequel, I guess. You'll see that here in just a second. The only damage we got, we broke off the inlet for the coolant. There's usually a little bit of that straw coming out down here, and that's what picks up the water and sends it through the system. So it's a simple fix. We're just going to go to the hobby shop tomorrow and pick up a little piece of tubing, maybe brass, and just reconnect that. Nothing crazy. It must have caught a rock or something shot out from behind the prop because the prop is right in line with that little tube, and it's basically like a little piece of styrene. It was very fragile anyways. But anyway, that's all the modification we made to the boat. It's quite a bit more fun now, and you'll see that here in just a second. The thing's got a little more pep to its step, but maybe next time we'll run a 3-cell in it and really get it going. Anyways, check that out, and we'll be right back. All right, we got the running gear in it. I don't know if it's going frontwards, backwards, left and right, or what, or if it's even going to float, but we want to see what it does. Hey, we got everything right. Yeah, buddy. I'd say that's a vast improvement over the little 380 we had in there. See any water coming out of the cooling thing? I don't. Yeah. Because now the coolant is going over the speed controller. Well, it's actually going past the motor, then over the speed control. The stock system didn't have a speed control cooler. At least it's making boat noises now. Before it was just like brrr, like it's like a little trolling motor out there. Let's see if we can do a standing wheelie here. Whee! Yeah, that's a 2-cell. This is a 3-cell capable speed control. I didn't want to burn anything up before we took it to the beach. So the next video, this thing's gonna be in the ocean, and hopefully I bring it home. Everything's stainless, so that water where we're going stays pretty calm. It's already starting to dump, I think. Feels a little soft. Maybe I'm just getting used to it. It's slowing down. It does look like it's tipping to the right side a little bit, so I probably got my weight kind of wonky. I didn't check any kind of CG or anything. You could have some boat races out here, it'd be awesome. I guess they put buoys out. You ever seen a boat race?
I have. I'm trying to figure out why they're going over, but they go clockwise.
They go right. For some reason, American boat racing just go fast, turn right.
Unnatural. All good.
Yeah. RTO. That don't sound right. All right, it's getting slow. I'm gonna bring it in before we have to go swimming. Still got some punch. Just getting a little soft.
Getting warm too.
And cut. Vast improvement. As you can see, that thing has got a lot more punch now. It's not a screamer still. It's still small. And like I said, that was just 2S. So once we get back, if it survives the beach trip, we get back, we're going to put 3S in it and see if it goes any faster. Sure it will. See if it'll stay on its top. Our good buddy Chris come by. You may have heard him talking a little bit in the background of that running video. He donated to the channel a RS speed controller, which may or may not work. We don't know. We're going to plug it into the hot wire and see what it does. A old Just Stock and an old LRP 13.5. That might be our power upgrade for the beach car instead of taking the low-C drag truck apart, because we've got something planned for the low-C truck, and it involves not taking it apart. So I hate to take it apart now, because stay tuned for that. It's going to be a pretty cool little series we got going on. But anyways, thanks for coming along. Hit that subscribe button. We are slowly growing. We hit over 600 this week. That's awesome. We are shooting for 1,000 by the first of the year, and I think we can do it. I appreciate everybody coming along, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.